Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about comparison as the social blade of life. And if you do not know what social blade is, most YouTubers, new YouTubers are gonna know. I think many would know. Social blade is a website where you can go and type in any creator or YouTuber's channel name into the search bar and see their statistics, right? I used to use it in the past to check out what my channel could potentially earn, and a lot of people use it as a way to pocket watch YouTubers, right? Pocket watch successful YouTubers, Almost every time that successful YouTubers have addressed the whole social blade thing, they're always like, it's not accurate. I earn way more than that or way less than that, right? But a lot of people use it as a way to pocket watch YouTubers and creators and whatnot. Now, I was thinking on it the other day and I realized that, okay, a lot of the times when YouTubers talk about it, they're like, it is not accurate. And that is the same thing that comparison does, right? Comparison is like a two-dimensional map, right? A two-dimensional map. Someone gives you hand to you like, oh, you're going there, okay, take this. It is not detailed, right? It can give you like a rough sketch, but it's not a detailed sketch on how you get there. It's not a detailed sketch on how you get to your destination. And while I do not think that comparison is totally bad, because we need sometimes other people's journeys to help navigate ours. We need other people's journeys to help guide us, but I think that true direction comes from within. True direction comes from within, right? Because no one else knows where we really want to be than we do. And why it is not so good to use someone else's map is that most people are not going to tell you every single detail on their journey. They're not going to tell you every single detail of their journey. You're only going to see a rough sketch and you might get lost using that, right? And just think about couples that have been together for a long time, and then one of them wakes up and it's like, I've not been happy, right, in this relationship, so I'm calling it quits. And the other person is just taken aback, right? That how I thought you were happy. Like, think about it. If couples who are very close, very intimate, people that know each other more than any type of relationship, I think, right, can wake up one morning and be like, I've not been happy in this relationship. If a couple can be blindsided by the other partner, right? A partner can be blindsided by their other partner and be like, I never knew you were not happy, right? How much more it is when we compare ourselves with someone else, right? That is far away from us, like that is far removed from us, right? That is what comparison does. We do not see the full picture. So what I'm trying to say is that if couples cannot be totally aware of the other person's inner world, right, their challenges, cannot be truly 100% sure that the other person is happy or whatever, how much more it is when we compare ourselves to people, maybe your friend, someone, your neighbor. It's just pointless, right? Because they are using a different map. They are not going to inform you of every setback. They're not going to inform you of every advantage they had, and so on and so forth. They're not going to inform you of the time that things just clicked. Luck, a lot of time, plays a part in people's journey. People do not acknowledge it, but luck does play a part. Either good luck or bad luck. There's hard work, there's the right connection, but there's chance. The Bible even talks about chance, which is luck, right? Luck plays a role in a lot of people's stories, right? It's like the flip of the coin. So there's a part of their story that's even out of their control, right? So that is why comparison does not make sense. Comparison to another person. I mean, you wouldn't even compare yourself. I don't know. I think that the person we should compare ourselves with for the most part, is ourselves, right? If how was your journey last year and this year? But even at that, sometimes different factors, like you're a different person, like I'm a different person than I was 5 years ago, right? So even that is not even the best, right? It gives you a map, but to totally and always be looking at the other person, looking at yourself 5 years ago, or looking, it's not for our own benefit, it's not for our own good. We work with what we have in the present moment, we work with what we have right here in this moment, right? So comparison, yes, it is the thief of joy. It can be helpful sometimes, it can give you a rough sketch, but ultimately you have to fill in the other blanks. Like, so think of comparison as someone drawing like a line, like you are here, you are going there, right? And then they put like a little landmark. There are other things they might not put in that you would have to put in as you take the journey. I think that comparison can be a way for us to be lazy, right? Because we want someone to tell us every bit of how the journey goes, and no one can do that for us. No one can do that for us. We have to take the journey. We have to see what is ahead in our own path, right? So comparison is a way for us to dodge our own journeys, because you want someone else to do the work for you and tell you, you want to look at someone else and just know how everything happens. But none of us are granted that luxury, right? None of us are granted the luxury of knowing how everything turns out, right? And so we must walk our own path. We must walk our own path. We must find the joys where we can. We must strengthen ourselves where we can. Where we face when we face setbacks, we must strengthen ourselves and take on this journey and take on the task that we have been given, take on the task of steering the ship of our own lives. So that is all I have to say for today, that comparison is not the best way to steer the ship of our lives, right? It can give us a, it can give us a broad, a generalized that sense of direction, but at the end of the day, we are going to have to take the we're going to have to take the wheels of our lives. Like, think about this. I love analogies, I love small stories. So I just got another analogy, a story or whatever to share. Now think of it, someone else takes a ship, right? Takes the ship of their lives and sails somewhere else and comes back and tells you, oh, I went this way. Do you think that you're going to meet the same conditions when you set out on your own ship? Definitely not. The wind will not be the same, whatever the other factors that play in sea travel, right? It's gonna be different, right? So the wind is not gonna be the same and other things like that. The weather conditions will not be the same. So definitely you're not gonna have the same journey that they had. They can't give you a broad generalized sense of what to expect, but ultimately you have to travel by yourself. You have to go and experience it by yourself. So I think that we should examine our lives and see where are the aspects of our lives that we're trying to dodge. What are the aspects of our life that we're trying to dodge by comparing ourselves to others? What aspects of our lives are we trying to shy away from by trying to get an ultra detailed map from someone else, right? And comparing it to ourselves. What are those aspects that we're trying to avoid? And let's see how we can walk, with what we have. Let's see how we can focus on just the next step in front of us. So that will be all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video.